Hello, this is Charlie at My Messy Fingers. Welcome back. We are continuing to build an album for Scrap and Create using the Ciao Winter Journey collection. This will be page 8 in the album. Your first cut is going to be a piece of paper that is going to measure across at approximately 9 3/8 by 9 7/8. And then you are going to cut 2 pieces of cardstock. One is going to measure across at 6 3/4. You're going to score it at 1/2 and at 5/8. For the right side panel, you are going to cut a piece that is going to measure 5 3/4, but this one you're only going to score at 1/2. Now, I have not mentioned this before, but I think it's pretty obvious that you should be cutting your cardstock to the 9 7/8 piece here, your back piece. Then you are going to have in your scraps, you should have a piece of white cardstock. Mine happens to measure roughly 2 5/8. And a piece of scrap paper. It can be any scrap paper that you find appealing to blend in here. And then I cut this tag out and I'm going to slightly put it off center here. There's one of these 4x6 panels left. I think that measures 4x6. No, that's actually measures about 3 3/4 by about 5 1/2. There should be 2 left. So you're going to put them together with this being your back side, and then you're going to center that on the page just so. I want you to take another piece of cardstock and you're going to cut that at 6 1/4, and it looks like my score line came in at 3 1/8 by 3 7/8. Anywhere from your scraps, find a piece of paper. I fussy cut this out. And this is going to go here on the bottom corner. Now, we do have some magnets that will help keep this one closed. And then these are going to sit in just like this. All right. Should be a quick, easy page, so let's go ahead and get started. Working from the bottom up, we are going to tape a side of this. I have to say I'm so frustrated with myself today. I was going over some videos and in particular the album builds, and found out that one of my videos, I have a bad tendency to pull my work toward me, and I did that, and the whole video build is cut off right here. So I have to make a new album. I don't know when I'll make another, actually utilize it, because it happens to be a 10 by 10 album. It's very rare I make them that large, but I will make one for the purpose of fixing the video, because it's the video for this album build. So I'm going to try and get that done here before this whole video actually gets excuse me, posted. But in the event that I don't, my apologies. I think you can see enough of what I'm doing, and I would hope that I'm articulating clear enough as to what needs to be done that you can still follow along. But I will try and get that corrected. And as I sit here and say, I will try and get it corrected, I don't know why I feel I need to tattle on myself. Because I get it corrected, you wouldn't even know the difference, would you? It's very humbling. I'm one of these that I've never done video tutorials before. I'm going to pull that down just a little bit. Usually I make my albums for resale and have never had the need to do something like that. So I am on a steep learning curve. Keep my work in the middle of the page. Oh, for Pete's sake. My tape wants to do some funky stuff there. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to center this, eyeball it top to bottom, flip it over, and get this thing off of there. Stand that up tall, snuggle that in there, press it down. Now, I wanted the owl. So we will come in here, center that, press. This black mat that I'm working on, I discovered it was in my big craft room, and I discovered that it had this beautiful square, and if I center my camera right over that, I can keep my work in frame. Like I said, steep learning curve. Okay. Now this side, we had to gusset because we've got to get over this piece right here. So that's why I had you score it at 1/2 and at 5/8. Whereas the other side, we only scored it at 1/2. There's nothing for it to come up over. If you don't put in those simple little gussets, you've got pages that are folding and buckling on you. Now here, whoops, hold on just a second. I didn't do something. Okay, we're going to get that, snuggle that right up there. Put this nice and tall, butt it up, fold it over. Okay, and then we're going to push it back and make sure that the gusset's standing tall. And then we're going to think this through first before I go any farther. We're going to put this one in. Now you'll notice here that I have a patch. I have large pieces of white cardstock from this collection that I've cut and sitting over here in my scrap pile. And I've got to use them rather than cut into another sheet of white cardstock. This album, with as big as it is, for those of you who are following along, if you're making this 10 by 10, you've noticed that we use a lot of cardstock on this build. There are big, beautiful images that I wanted to take advantage of rather than cutting and splicing into them. So we have an abundance of cardstock. All right, now I am going to, this is what I needed to think through here, was where and when to place the magnet. Okay, so we're going to come in here and drop this about an inch off. Perfect. And then we're going to take that off. Make sure this is squared, lined up, press. Now we can put these down. And I'm going to grab my tape because of the sheer size. And oh gosh, I got a tattle on myself again. Do you see what's going on right here at the bottom of this? I cut wrong. So I had to do a patch. I got distracted. I love him dearly, but I need to focus. I'm going to put another strip just here across the bottom because that cuts up there a little bit. And a little tab here so that we can see. And if you crease it down real well, you don't really notice. And hopefully you can't even see it. Oh, come on. Sneak right up here. Okay, burnish that really well, in particular right there. Okay, so that page is down. And then I'm going to come in here on this one. Sad thing of it is I cut the 12 by 12 straight across the bottom, so I ended up having to do the patch down here as well. So you kind of, you learn by your mistakes. And I'm not at all ashamed to say I make mistakes. I have learned over the years how to patch a lot of them. I know some of you have done the same thing. Like put an embellishment a rose, a flower, a piece of bling, some trinkets. Where you had an oops. Okay. Come in here, gently put it in place. That's going to go down. Okay, nice crisp connection there. Oh, I'm such a silly girl. Okay. Be careful here because you've got your two score lines, so you want to just be off a little bit so that you're not bunching up on that when you try to turn the page over. That side's done. Now we're going to move over to this side. That's, when I do that, when I tear the tape at the end, it's when I get those fuzzy overhangs. That is just a really bad habit. There, I did it again. not a musical person, so I don't know how to read music notes. So I always have to look at the reverse side to make sure I'm putting this down in the correct direction. Have somebody buy this that's into music and have them take one look at that, and they're going to just, what in the world? Okay, so the last element to put in here is our little card holder. Okay, so I wanted this to be about down here. So make sure it's going to open the right way. Come in here about 1/4 of an inch off the top and off the side. Press it in place. And then we're going to glue this here. Center this little guy right here. And then I want to put a piece of paper there. Now I'm not going to put paper on the other side right now. I will probably come back and do that. I want my walnut stain. I just want to cover up the magnet. Usually I tape around a magnet, but this piece is so small and it's actually taped on here that if I had to take this off of there to fix something, no big deal. Because I can always cut more pieces. Okay. And now we're going to put the tape across the back. Give it the good old burnish. Air pockets out, tape onto the paper. Okay, let's place this in the album. Okay. I want to line this up even here. Gently let it fall in place. Open this up and we're going to burnish. Oh, I just saw something. My pencil mark. Good thing I saw it. Okay. Now we'll come in here and take the tape off from the underside. Burnish this puppy dog in here. Oh, oh no. Had a big air pocket there. Is that going down? Yeah. Oh well. And that is your page 8. The next video will be the final video, which will be this back page build. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.